Okay, if you just joined us, we have magician, sleight of hand tonight, Michael Amar, I believe. Amar or Amar? Amar, I believe. Harvey Korman, David Tolley, whom I will tell you about more in a second. But as I was saying in the monologue, the Super Bowl Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. No one in America could possibly not know the Super Bowl is coming up this Sunday. There are 2,400 journalists covering the Super Bowl. Now, to put that in perspective, only 2,000 journalists covered the summit talks in Geneva. They have 2,400 covering a football game. Now, NBC, of course, as you probably know, is broadcasting the Super Bowl, and they've been promoting it pretty heavy for a number of weeks. They have reported so far on preparations in New Orleans, the nightlife in New Orleans, every aspect of the player's life. They had a little essay on where Jim McMahon went to grade school. You know, they're going crazy looking for things. What William the Refrigerator Perry eats for breakfast. They've covered everything, folks, except the announcers who are covering the game. So tonight, to make up for that oversight, we're going to bring you something we don't do often, a Tonight Show sports exclusive about the men behind the microphone, the men in the announcer's booth, the men of Super Booth 20. Hailing from Michigan, Dick and Merlin. Out of Utah, Merlin Olsen. Yes, tonight, on Super Booth 20, we're going to give you background information on how two super announcers have been spending the week in preparation for the Super Bowl. It all began at noon, Wednesday, Los Angeles International Airport, where they boarded Flight 12 en route to New Orleans and arrived at 7:04 p.m. Eastern Time. Exciting so far? It gets better. Now we have for you a Super Booth exclusive live from New Orleans. The Skycap, who handled their luggage. He's on the line. His name is Mr. Oscar Phelps. Mr. Phelps, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Johnny.
All right, Mr. Phelps, first of all, how many pieces?
Well, they both picked up 2 pieces of luggage at the baggage carousel.
Suitcases?
Well, Merlin had a suitcase and a garment bag.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Enberg had a suitcase and a carry-on.
A leather luggage?
Both fabric.
Both fabric. Thank you, Mr. Phelps. There you have that story. Now, you've heard about their luggage, but what will they wear in the booth? Well, they will wear these blazers. But, yes, sir. But the question, I think, is, all America is asking, do the announcers have to buy their blazers, or are they provided for them by NBC? Gentlemen? Okay, another exclusive. Now, hold on. I've just gotten word that we have on the line Olsen and Enberg's hotel maid in New Orleans.
Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Tell us a little bit about Dick Enberg and Merlin Olsen.
Mr. Engberg keeps the shoes on shoe trees, and Mr. Olsen ordered extra bath towels.
Well, he's a very big man.
You can say that again.
Thank you, ma'am. To get ready for the big game, NBC, of course, requires its announcers to undergo complete physical examinations. Now, you've seen the outside of the men, but how about the internal organs? We've received these recent x-rays of both Mr. Enberg and Mr. Olsen, and here's a world-class pair of lungs. These are big ones. So it looks like they're both fit and ready for Super Booth 20. You're probably wondering at this point, perhaps not. You're probably wondering at this point what the guys sit on during the game in the booth. Well, the smaller man, Enberg, prefers the smaller vinyl chair seen here on the left. The larger man, Olsen, favors a wooden chair, slightly padded. Yes, there's more. Super Booth 20 is only 2 days away, and at this point, there's only, I think, one question on everyone's mind. The game, as you know, will last approximately 3 hours. the New Orleans Superdome will be filled with 76,000 fans. The big question, how will Merlin and Dick be able to get to the men's room and back in the 2 minutes that are allotted for commercials? Well, for an answer to that question, we switch to our color commentator, John Maddening.
This is John Maddening. Now, they only got 2 minutes, so the key is going to have to be speed and execution. As soon as they say, we'll be right back after this message, they're going to kick open the booth door, jump up 4 steps, run like hell down the middle catwalk, hang drop down to aisle 13. Now they got to cut across row 14 here to avoid the refreshment stand. Now, the game plan calls for them to run up the down escalator. That'll save them at least 8 seconds. From there, a straight foot race across the mezzanine level into the men's room. Now, when they're finished, after a simple fly pattern, they hop up on one of the stalls, kick out the ceiling tiles, crawl into the air conditioning duct, and slide out this pipe. Now, there's the key, because they got to grab the handrail as they slide by, pull themselves up back to the heating pipes, dash down the catwalk, dive down the stairs, back to the booth, jam on their headphones, and say, Dick and Merlin Olsen, back live at the Super Bowl. This is John Maddening.
Well, thank you, Tom. Thank you, John Maddening. Super Booth coverage. Continues tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock when we bring you live coverage from the hotel coffee shop of what Enberg and Olsen actually put in their omelets. Then back again live from their hotel rooms at noon with a full afternoon report on their laundry sorting, flipping through the cable TV guide, and foot hygiene. This has been an NBC Sports exclusive, Super Booth 20.
Yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack.
Oh, welcome back. Now, I know there are probably a few stragglers. You haven't all made it back to the television set just yet, and I don't want you to miss Bill McAtee's piece on the Sullivan family, which is coming up in just a moment. It's a very nice feature, so we'll wait for you. In the meantime, Axe, have a Danish here. Axe is checking with key sources here on the telephone. Here.
Bob, the over and under is 11 punts in the game. You do like over or under?